Yo, what's up, YouTube? And what's up, any other platform that's watching this video right now? I want to show you guys my amazing, amazing client, LaRachia, aka Coach Credit Bay. She's somebody that I can't even, let me not even say what she does. Let me not even explain who she is. LaRachia, could you go ahead and give the audience a little bit about what you do, how you help people, and how you change people's lives? Mm, good intro.
Yes, yeah, that's a good intro. So my name is LaRachia. I go by Coach Credit Bay.
Mm,
I've been in this game over 9 years. I come from an
woo.
entrepreneur family.
There we go.
So I pretty much was kind of bossy at a young age. So I already knew with me growing up, yeah, I can work for
Mhm.
other people just to pick up the skills and the strategies and the things like that, so I can become my own boss.
Mhm.
Now I have a child, so it definitely had to level up, boss up, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did. So now I'm not just doing credit repair, is now a funding coach, right? I'm
Yeah.
a broker now, so I'm now connected to the underwriters who make the decisions on your behalf, so it's real heavy on my side.
Yeah.
And again, it didn't start here, right?
Yeah.
It started with credit repair. It started with me getting my brand out there, getting my
Mhm.
letting people know exactly what I do, getting my messaging in order, and it took me years to do that.
Yeah.
But I never gave up because I knew I love helping people
Yeah.
and like getting them into a house, having them able to access funding for their business and
Yeah.
they're not bootstrapping anymore. So it gets real heavy
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
passionate.
Yeah. 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 And that's something that I can tell you passionate about. I mean, you've been in the game almost a decade, right? Most people
Yes.
they give up after a day. You still ain't gave up after a decade, right? So
No.
it just shows, it's some people that's new to it and there's some people that's true to it. And I can tell that, you're not one of them, right? And that's something that I love to see, right? You got the results.
Mhm.
And you obviously been in the game for a minute, but as the title says, right? Obviously, me and LaRasha, we've been working together for about the last
Mhm.
month. I think this is the
Yes.
month you said the anniversary, right?
Yeah, it's our
Yeah,
anniversary.
yeah, anniversary. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes.
And right, obviously, LaRasha, she was doing her thing, right? She had a team, she had multiple staff members, right? Going crazy on IG Live. So many people, seeing what she's about and getting their credit up, getting funding, right? She obviously was getting people a lot of results, but when it comes to and just to break it off with Rasha, break down, you know, when it came to, us starting to work together, and like what was the thing that, made that gravitated you to, work with me, even if, even though you were already like doing your thing within business, right? Full time, etc.
Mhm. Just it was time for another level up because I had a whole nother purpose. With the way that I want to show up. And again, like I said before, your messaging means a lot and how you show up.
Mm,
So, yes, anybody can post like they just say, "Oh, just take your phone and post," but it's more than a post. The post need to be
mhm.
intentional. The post needs
Yeah,
to make sense. The
yeah.
post needs to make sure that the people that is looking at it understand it,
Mhm,
even if you do understand it, but sometimes we
mm,
don't speak the same language. So
mhm, mhm.
having the visual along with what I'm saying will make it
Yeah,
a lot easier for
yeah.
people to really grasp on. Seeing a 500 score go all the way up to a 700 on a graph
Mm,
can really brighten someone moment like, oh yes, I
yeah,
really need this. And
yeah,
breaking it down on really what they want their clients to see. What I want my
yeah.
clients to see is just being able to get the access, being able to remove negative items off your credit report when you thought
Mhm,
you had to wait 7 years. So
mhm.
just being more educational and with what you provide.
Yeah,
And me following Benjetta, that's my sis.
yeah.
And I'm like,
Right.
yo, who is this guy? Like, what's going on with your content? Because it wasn't just the content, right? It was the engagement that came with it. I'm
Mhm,
very
mhm.
analytical. I don't just look at a post and say, oh, I got a whole bunch of likes, I got a whole bunch of comments. No, I want to dig in. I want to know who this content is going out to. So that lets me know what they really liking, because sometimes
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
post a whole lot, but we really don't know what our client is really like engaging with for real, until you go in the
Mhm.
back office, because you really can be making a whole bunch of unpurposeful content.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
for sure. Yeah, and content without a purpose, it's not worth it, right? It's not worth
Mm-mm.
the time.
Because
It's
I'm
not
trying to
worth.
turn my content to cash. And the only way I can turn it to cash
Ooh.
if it relates unless it relay the message to the
Mhm.
person, the buyer, right? The person I'm
Yeah.
talking to, that single mom, that person that wanna
Yeah.
quit
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
9 to 5, the person that
Yeah.
need the funding, right? They're
Yeah.
not gonna get the message until I speak it directly to them.
For sure. For sure.
Forget
Yeah.
what it do for you. Like I get
Mhm.
that, but what can you do to solve the
Mm.
problem?
Yeah. Yeah. Before they
And
even
that's what
work.
we miss. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
everybody fixed credit now, but what can you do, right?
That's so true. Yeah. Yeah. That boy, credit repair is booming more than
Yeah.
more
And
than more
funding
than.
is right on the neck, right? Funding is
Yep.
coming out like it been out forever, but now
Facts.
it's more accessible, which is a good thing. But until you're educated along with whatever you get, you're not going to
Mhm.
succeed in it. And
Yeah.
even with the content, like I have a content coach, right? But
Mhm.
ours is more like strategy based. Like it's not
Mhm.
to the point of really the editing, right? The
Mhm.
engineer behind the content. That's what I was
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what you provided.
For
So
sure.
I'm here
Yeah.
and I'm stuck. I
Yeah.
ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, it's up and it's stuck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And break that down to people, right? Because, like I said, one thing one thing I love doing is I love working with bosses and helping them become bigger bosses, right? Like you was already a boss. You somebody, you got team members, you got clients, you have been getting people, approved for cars and removing $48,000 repossessions, right? Like you already
Um,
got results for yourself and for other people. But
right.
with everything that you have been doing well, like what would you say is the main thing you were struggling with, before we started working on the content together?
Just trying to keep up with the content, right? Try to give
Yeah.
the people, try to feed the people what they're looking for. And
Yeah.
sometimes it gets kind of hard again because of the messaging. The messaging is the main part of the content. If you can't catch my attention in 5 to 7 seconds, I'm leaving it.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, 3 to 5 seconds,
Three
I'm
to
leaving
five
that
seconds.
video.
Yeah.
I'm
Fact.
leaving that video because it's
Yeah.
really, you're just rambling to me. You're just talking like these other people. You can,
Yeah.
got these credit builders. Yeah, okay, what do I do with them? How do I
Hmm.
structure it?
Yeah.
And that's the part that I feel like is missing in a lot of content. And I would be better off with telling you and showing you at the same time what it
Hmm.
actually looks like. And
For
that's
sure.
what you bring for my content.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That messaging is everything, right? Like, what are you
Mm-hmm.
saying in the first 3 to 5 seconds of the video that instantly makes people like, all right, cool, like, let me
Right.
pay attention, right? Because if you move with intention, then that's how people pay attention, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the more attention you get on that content, you can turn that content to cash. So, yeah, yeah, I love that. I love that. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, we dialed in the messaging, right? Especially like once we started working together, we started diving into some things we could talk about, right? Like you were sharing me some video ideas, and obviously I helped you with that structure, and then making sure that we can compare the structures and what you say with the visuals, and making sure that you can also show what you're saying, right? But what was that aha moment when you feel like things started to click, right? After that first video was done, like what was that moment for you? They were like that you were like, yo, like, hey, this is up, right? With the
Yeah.
content.
I mean, it really didn't wow me too much because
Yeah.
I already knew how you come, right? And the thing about
Mhm.
me, I don't just buy stuff, and that's what's around. That's the how the generation is today. We see something once, and we be so ready to buy. But the
Mhm.
thing is, we need to investigate. We need to make sure that you don't waste your time because with somebody with this much talent, they may
Mhm.
be a little,
Mhm.
something that I can't afford, and it wowed me because you are too affordable. I
Mm.
feel like, and that is a plus for me because
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
not you're in it for the money, but you don't see dollar signs because you see a
Yeah.
CEO, right? You don't
Yeah.
see an extra dollar sign because you see somebody making $25,000 a month. It doesn't matter to you. No matter
Yeah.
what, you're going to bring in the quality of your
Yeah.
work,
For
regardless.
sure. Yeah.
And just to talk back on the content to cash, we just posted the new video that you gave me yesterday, and
Mm.
I've already closed 2 of my leads already. Listen,
Ooh, come
I ran an
on.
ad on it, right? I
Okay.
said, let me just do a little $5 or something like that,
It's a little
right?
something, yeah.
Yeah, we got 10 inquiries overnight.
Mm.
Okay. the video, and that's what I'm saying. So
Oh my goodness.
these people probably already
Uh-huh.
done seen me, but they didn't
Yeah.
really hear me until my messaging got together, and that's
Yeah.
when I got with Carson, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. 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 Hey, two already. That's we just talked yesterday.
mhm.
Yeah, we you just posted it
Yeah.
yesterday.
And doing stuff like that, it brings confidence. Like I always, shout out to my coach, Matt. Like he always teaches, the strategy, the structure, and things like that.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
sometimes we be feeling like we don't need certain things in our business. But
Yeah.
yes, I can have my coach and he ain't going nowhere. But at the
Mhm.
same time, I need the engineer. I need the one behind the scenes, the one that can
Yeah.
really make it
Yeah.
pop, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can have a sign in front of McDonald's, but it ain't gonna come as hard as that commercial that come on the TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
commercial on the TV is gonna relay a message. It's gonna show you how the kids is at child's play and they playing.
Yeah.
It's gonna give
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
message to really make you want to just go and get your Big Mac of the day. Okay,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing that I want. That's the kind of message I want to give people. With me with the golfing thing, yes, you can have financial freedom. You can be out golfing right now. Get this funding, see what it's like having financial freedom,
Yeah.
because we be thinking we financially free because we're CEOs, but when we're not free in our business, how are you really spending your
Yeah.
money to be
Yeah.
free?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not
Yeah. Yeah.
happening. You got to
Yeah.
have systems, you got to have
Yeah.
automations, you got to have a team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's so important. I feel like with especially with the entrepreneurs watching this, right? Like, and I'm gonna be honest, even I'm victim to it. Like, it wasn't until I went to India and I was talking to you, like literally when we started together, like I'm in India, like that's me being able to, really feel like an entrepreneur that has some type of freedom, has some type of flexibility. Like I'm, grateful that my income isn't based off my location or me being confined to, a certain city or a certain place. Like I can impact people. Me and LaRachia, we could do a check-in, we could collab on some content, we could come up with some scripts together, right? Like we can mastermind and talk about her closing leads and booking, getting inquiries. I could do this anywhere in the world, and so many people that they might do credit repair, and they, and shout out to everybody that's hustling, right? I'm not making this statement to make it seem like I don't respect hustle because I do, and you need hustle when you get started, but you also, for you, LeRachia, you obviously know the requirement when it comes to moving from hustler to CEO, right? Because a hustler can stay a hustler, but they'll never have the impact that a CEO can have, right? You hiring a team, and unless you want to be at the you want to be at the post office all day sending off dispute letters, and you want to be hitting up every bank and spending 30 miles a day in gas, hitting up every credit union just to get your clients funded. Like, until you stop hustling and you start actually working smart and not hard, you're never gonna be able to, really have that financial freedom, like you said. So,
And that's true. So, and then like I don't chase the money, right?
mhm,
I don't,
mhm,
and that's another thing too. Sometimes we so quick to make a post, we're not thinking about it. We're just so busy trying to post a quick sale. But every
yeah,
post don't have to have a buy, 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 right?
mhm,
Let the
mhm,
people know who you are so they can know if they want to buy from you. And that's what a
mhm,
lot of people struggle at. And they try to be so quick to sell their product, sell their service before they even market themselves and brand themselves,
mhm,
because we didn't know a lot about these companies until it actually been
yeah,
forefront to us, right? But they probably been here for
yeah,
years until we actually seen them. So you
yeah,
always got to make sure that you show up, and everything is a strategy, right? You have to
mhm,
write things out. You can't be out here just moving and say, "Oh, I'm a business owner and I'm gonna get up this day and I'm gonna do this." No, you need to have your next quarter together if you really want
mhm,
to move like a
yeah,
CEO.
yeah. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, yeah. All companies, they got quotas, they got quarterly metrics, they got everything that they outline and they forecast, right?
mhm.
They preview the thing that they want to happen. They aren't just
That's
reviewing
right.
the mistakes that they made, right? And yeah, I'm glad we got to dial that in. And
Hmm.
one thing I want to talk about too, LaRasha, obviously, you know how important it is to like have an engineer, have somebody that can actually take can actually free up your time with creating content, right?
Mhm.
Because it's one thing to get the strategies, you get the mentorship, you get the coaching, you join the masterminds, you buy the courses, you know all this information up here, but there's no implementation out here, right? So it's obviously valuable to work with me. I know with me helping you with implementing some things.
Mhm.
But what would you say, in terms of just me, like obviously we've had weekly check-ins since we started, right? What's some of the things that I did help you with, you know, maybe with shifting your mindset or maybe something I said as a coach, right? When we obviously have our check-ins.
Just like giving me the confidence of how to really talk in the camera. Because again, when I was
Yeah.
recording videos, I was looking cockeyed, sometimes, and I'm like, why is I'm talking
Yeah.
in this? And just having that, piece of information, and
Mhm.
the other strategy with the pausing in between the videos, like even that, it
Yeah.
freed up my time, right? Because I would spend
Yeah,
hours
facts.
trying to make content, trying to
Yeah.
make it perfect, and it's like, okay, I gotta start over, even though I can put it in the app and do the editing and the cutting, but that just takes too much.
So much time.
Yeah, so it's just like having that actual strategy already
Mhm.
done out for me, like the scripting, right? Already
Mhm.
knowing what I'm gonna say, the message that I'm gonna bring, and
Mhm.
not just
Mhm.
that, keeping things in formation, not just talking about
Mm.
everything, right? Saying one
Mhm.
thing, but in a whole lot of messages.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, and that's definitely one of the biggest mistakes I see, especially educators, right? As educators, you are the most educated, so you might give more information than people really need to know because you know it. So like the back of your hand, collections and charge offs and repos and late payments, like you
Mm-hmm.
know how to educate about that, but people that learn about all that in one video, they like, yo, I ain't gonna lie,
It's
information overload,
overwhelming.
right? Teach them one thing. It's like one video about collections. Yo, if you
Mm-hmm.
want to go from a 450 to a 750, let me show you how to remove collections off your credit report in 3 simple steps. Boom, now
Right.
you got me. You ain't saying,
Mm-hmm.
hey, here's how to remove collections and repos and charge offs and late payments and like it's not overloading the information. Is right. One problem, one solution, one video, right? And that's
And
just
they
some of the
can
things
take that one piece of information and change their life and get on to the
straight up.
next step.
Yeah, and
If
then
you
when they
give them too
change their
much, they
life,
don't know where to start. They're like, wait,
straight up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
where
a
to
lot of a lot of
go?
times as educators, you overcook, right? You got that one grandma in the kitchen, they just make too much food. You got, hey grandma, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't that hungry. Like you end up looking
Listen,
like grandma after eating that meat. Yeah.
listen.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's important obviously to educate people, but the product that you have in the video, right, which is the education,
Mm-hmm.
the something that's even more important than the product that people don't understand is actually the packaging, right? You
Mm-hmm.
could get the best product, but if the packaging and you don't package it well enough within the video,
Mm-hmm.
people aren't gonna consume it and they won't even want to open up the package, right? It's like an iPhone. You buy an iPhone, you open up that box, you're like, nah, this box is hard. I gotta have this iPhone, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of people, a lot of educators and content creators that got businesses, they making dope videos and it's dope information, but the packaging is like a brown paper bag. Nobody's want to open up that video.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they get past 5 seconds, scroll.
Yep,
So
you done lost me. You don't be
yeah,
talking now. I don't even understand what that word mean. What
facts.
is that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
you got
yeah.
to really break it down in like a fundamental kind of concept, right? Because
Mhm.
you don't know the person watching, like they don't know nothing about financial literacy. We was not taught this stuff. Their parents told them, their
Mhm.
grandparents told them to stay away from credit. Credit was bad.
Mhm.
They don't
Mm.
understand the point of good debt and bad debt,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
They don't
Mhm. Mhm.
understand how to pay credit cards back. It's
Mm. Mm.
and it's sad, but at this point I feel like with us all being adults and grown,
Mhm. Yeah.
what's holding you back. If you do this, it will do that. But a
Mhm.
lot of us are selfish and we stuck in our own way. Even people that make 100K a month in revenue,
Mm.
they
Yeah.
still have bad credit and they feel like, oh, they got the cash and they got power. But no,
Mhm. Yeah.
because if
Yeah.
somebody go take all that money out that bank account, what kind of
What you
insurance do
left
you
with?
have? You're more insured with your credit cards than you are with your debit card.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Mm,
Mm.
okay.
Hey, that was hey, you said you definitely that's stamped, like,
Mhm.
packed, shipped off in the mail. That's
Oh
that's
yeah.
that's stamped for sure. Yeah, yeah, and that's just something that, being able to understand the type of person you're talking to, like, when you are before you even make the video and before you record, like, understanding who you're talking to, like, okay, if I'm talking to somebody that's doing 100K a month and they using all their cash, but they ain't got no credit, like, being able to understand where they are, right? You're not just giving them all this information. You make the video for them. You're like, yo, the worst thing you could do is have a whole lot of cash but have no credit. So here's how to turn your credit into get more cash, right? Being able to make videos like that, you meeting people where they are and taking them from where they
Mhm.
are to where they want to be, right?
Right.
And
Exactly.
obviously that messaging is so important. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. With you and Russian, like you obviously grown so much in terms of just within a month, right? Like you make a video, you spend nothing, right? Like I mean, you said $5 a day, like it's been a day, just in a day you
Yeah,
spend
and I ain't even
yeah.
spent $5 yet. It's
That's what
still
I'm
like
saying.
84
Yeah.
cents.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, you spending the price of gum to close two leads because of how good the video is, right?
Mhm.
So we obviously see the proof of what's happened now. But
And let me
aside
say
from
this, I
yeah,
posted ads before.
mm,
They didn't move that fast.
really, wow,
Yeah.
wow,
So
wow.
it's the video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's your magic. It's your magic.
Really? Yeah. Yeah. Break that down, right? Like you've ran ads before, like what would you say is, speaking of maybe entrepreneurs on the other side that's running ads right now, they might be paying $50 a day, $100 a day, right? Like what would you be your message to them when they're spending all this money and putting all this money in, but they might not get a lot of money out?
Yeah, like we saying, it's the messaging. If you are going to run an ad, make sure that the ad is telling your story of what you're gonna do for them, or
Mhm.
give them something that is gonna be of value.
Mhm.
Give away a
Mhm.
free ebook, give something so
Mhm.
you can collect them as a lead magnet. Maybe not
Yeah.
today, but maybe someday. But at
Mhm.
least get them to engage with whatever you're going to spend your money on, and you don't
Mhm.
have to spend $50 a day. You can do $3 a day.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
it a try. Sometimes we try to move so fast because we see other people doing it and it's working,
Yeah.
but they did not start like that. They
Yeah.
started small and they
Yeah.
seen what worked, and then they continued the strategy and built it on. And now I'm about to teach others inside my community how to do it,
Straight up. Yeah.
because it's not
Yeah.
hard to get leads. It really isn't. It is not
Yeah.
hard to get clients. It is not.
Yeah. 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 It's all in the system, right? It's crazy because when you really think about like how getting leads is and it's all an algorithm, right? The same way with getting funding, right? Once you know the algorithm, okay, cool, if I apply it this time, I'm not gonna have the same friction and the same mistakes is if I apply it this time, right? Because I know within the algorithm, I know that this is a specific set of rules that if I know the rules and if I follow the rules, I get the same outcome every single time, right? That's what the algorithm is. So okay, cool. If I go to this bank and they pull from this credit reporting agency, I already know that I'm gonna get this outcome because I didn't have this many inquiries, right? It's simple. It's simple. It's simple. So yeah, like you obviously are understanding a lot more about, the social media algorithms, right? Like
Mhm.
Instagram, you learning the game. We already know these videos is converting way better once you run ads on them. Right. So we got the proof. LeRachia, tell me a little bit about the potential though, right? Where do you see the potential now that you've started to crack the algorithm, you started to understand what's making people jump? Like, where do you see things going with your company now that things is rolling?
I'm gonna say I'm entering more into my financial freedom stage, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And why is because, like I just said, those was leads that I did not have to go get on live and spend my time to try to attract
Mm,
any
yeah,
client, right? Because again, we don't chase. So
yeah, we
it's
don't.
right. So it's just like having that access, like, okay. And that's what I be saying, turn the content into cash. I don't care about these platforms paying you for monetization. I'm
Yeah.
saying relay that message so these people will buy your services buy your products. That's why
Mhm.
we're in business. We are serving the people, but
Yeah.
you got to let them know what you serving. And
Mhm.
sometimes we be serving too much too soon. We need to just serve that one thing, be known for them to come back for that good old butter pecan ice cream that you got, right? Rather than you try to sell everything at one time because you know everything, you got access to everything. And sometimes we try to put that all in a video or all on our websites or all in our messaging, and people are just confused and they don't know where to go. So that's why
Yeah.
I always offer a free consultation. I
Straight
don't
up.
want you to go to my website and try to figure out where you need to go because your situation is different from other people. So I like to be able to break things down for you because really you may not even need my service. You may just need a piece of advice.
Mhm. Straight up. Yeah. 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 And
Yeah.
that's so important, right? Being able to meet people where they are based off where they're looking
Mhm.
to go. And
And that's what made me grow. So I feel like that's what made me stay in business so long as well. Is
mhm.
because I don't come off as money hungry, right? I don't come
Mhm.
off as, oh, pay this. It's always a free consultation. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
let you know what you and this is the thing, we got to let the people know that they need our product. It's not just a
Mhm.
simple fact that, oh, you need my service because I fix credit and you got
Mhm.
bad credit. That is
Mhm.
not the case.
Mhm.
What is your goals? Like, are you looking for home ownership, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
How do we need to even build up the credit score, because it can go in many ways depending on
Mhm.
which play we trying to go,
Yeah.
right? So you got to really make it make sense in business, and I'm very intentional because when you speak on my name, I don't want it to be, oh, she just gave me a credit score. I want to be able to say, oh, Credit Bay was able to help me take my kids out because I was able to get approved for that $25,000 credit card. Now I'm
Mhm.
able to go invest in my business. Now I'm able to go get coaching because now I freed up my personal credit. Now I'm just
Yeah.
using business credit. So
Yeah.
now I'm able to spend 25,000 in coaching because I got the funds to do so, and
Yeah.
I know the impact that it will bring for me and my company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
for
that's
sure.
and that's what it's about, right? Like having that funding to fund yourself even more, right? Like you
Yeah,
now
and
can
people
turn
want to
this.
fund it differently though. You got some people that get the 25K, they at Saks Fifth, they trying to get red bottoms, they going for the Gucci, they going for the Fendi, and they're not putting on no
Crazy.
platform to try to retail it and resell and make a profit. They
Uh-huh.
out here wearing it and it became a liability, but you still got to
Yeah.
pay that credit card back. But you
Mm.
did not invest it in something that would really make it return real
Mm.
quickly. But
Mm.
you only got 15 months at 0% interest. So
Mm.
we don't have time to play. So I like to deal with people that are very intentional on their goals, not just anybody just saying they want their credit fixed. I'm
Mhm.
not that girl.
Yeah. 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 You're not. Yeah. Yeah. You're not the one. Yeah. Not
That's
the
why I
one at
put
all.
coach in front of credit bay. It used to be just the credit bay, but now it's like put some more respect on my name because the game has changed, right? I only want
Mhm.
serious entrepreneurs. I only want people that is serious about
Yeah.
changing their life,
Yeah.
not
Yeah. Yeah.
just flaunting it on social media. We need to be for real in real
Mhm.
life.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Mhm.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
that's what's most important, right? Because you'll lose more money working with people that's curious, not serious.
that's right.
Right? People that's just curious, like, is you really think this gonna work? Like, I'm just kind of shopping around, I'm kind of window
Mm-mm.
shopping, looking in, like, you, hey,
That's why I
it's,
post content. That's why I send out emails. That's why I send out text alerts. That's why
mm-hmm,
I go live a lot so people can know who Coach Credit Bay is and what Coach
mm-hmm,
Credit Bay do. So you
mm-hmm,
don't have to come with the back and forth.
yeah,
Right.
if
And
it's
then
serious,
if you do need to know about me, I got a VSL. I got a video to show you exactly what I do and how I do it and if I'm that
yeah,
person for you.
for sure, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why that marketing video is so important, right? Because the videos is
Man.
what takes them from curious to serious. So the only thing they tell
And you
an
create it
ad
one
to about,
time. You
mm,
create it one time and it forever
yeah,
works its
yeah.
purpose.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, we made that one video that got over, you showed me like literally in the first, what was it, hour, 2 hours, 116
Less than an
shares.
hour. Put some
Yeah,
respect
less
on
than an
that
hour.
video.
Less than an
Yes.
hour. 116 shares in less than an hour. You put 84 cents into an ad, closed two clients. Like that ROAS doesn't even make sense. Like
And this
to a
is the
marketing
thing.
guy.
I closed them, Carson, on my new payment plan. Do you hear me? On
Ooh.
my new pricing. I kind of increased
You
the
doubled
pricing
up?
because,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And they paid it with no problem. So, yes, it's reaching the right people. So, the
Yeah.
messaging is on point.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I love it. I love it. And obviously, you are attracting way more serious entrepreneurs now. Like you attracting
Yes.
people that's like ready to buy. They're not asking questions. They're not asking about, hey, can I get a discount? They're like, hey, how can I pay you?
Mhm.
Right. So
Mhm.
speaking to the serious entrepreneurs, right? Like what will be, because there's serious entrepreneurs watching this video right now, like they want to have the results you have, like they want to be like LeRachia, they want to be somebody that can put 84 cents into an ad and make however many dollars back and close two clients within less than 2 days, right? Like
Mhm.
they want to have those same results. So what's your advice to them on how they can turn their content into cash and start growing their business the way that you've been able to do?
Tap in with Coach Credit Badge, join the community.
Ooh.
But
Yeah.
no, no. So
Now break it down.
basically,
Like what's in terms of the community, right? Like obviously I know you building it for the serious entrepreneurs, the people that want to turn their concept to cash. Like what's something that it would really benefit them with?
because like they really need, not saying they handheld, but they
Mm-hmm.
really need to be around the people that's really doing it more,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
Because you can watch me on live, you can see my content for 10, 20 seconds, but after that content leave your site and your thought process, you ain't thinking about fixing your credit. You're
Facts.
not thinking about getting funding in your business, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
not thinking about those things. So having my community and being more intentional, hands-on, having the coaching calls, making
Mm-hmm.
sure I'm staying on them to making sure that the tasks are being done so we can
Mm-hmm.
get to the next
Mm-hmm.
level, because you're
Yeah.
not going to sit here, right? We're graduating, we're moving on, and we're
Yeah.
doing our
Yeah.
coaching thing. We're doing our Airbnbs. We're doing Turo, whatever your dream
Yeah.
desires.
Straight up.
That's what I want to see, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I want to do. I want to create real CEOs and show them how
Mm-hmm.
they can do it with funding, right? How
Yeah.
they can do it with affiliates, how they can do it by building their own community.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you build your own community, you have your people right there that's always going to buy from you,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
always have another product for them. Don't try to give them all at once.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
them do something, accomplish it, and then move on to the next level, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes people will get overwhelmed, right? They
Mm-hmm.
don't even want to do it no more because they say it's just too much work.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's I mean the same thing with content, making sure people don't work too hard, right? You're not information overloading. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same way with building a product, right? You're not, product overloading. You might have one product that's for people that making anywhere from 1 to 10K a month, but that same product would not be valuable to somebody that's making their first dollar a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because they don't even understand. Okay, they don't even have $1,000 to $10,000 a month coming in, so the problems that you face then ain't the same problems then, and then those problems at $20,000 to $50,000 a month is way different than $1 to $10,000 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's true.
you realizing the problems that you fix, it has to be applicable to the prospect that you attract,
Right.
right?
And then it's like you the problem. Like it's not
Yeah,
nobody else, it's
yeah.
you, because you still telling these problems to the people that is not trying to go where you're going. So
Mm,
if I'm trying to be a seven-figure earner, why am I trying to get this down to somebody that only make four figures or five figures, right?
straight up, yeah.
They're not gonna understand. They're not gonna point me in the right direction. They're not
Mhm,
gonna keep me uplifted to keep that motivation going. They're gonna doubt me, right? Because they never did it. So
mm,
that's, again, you got to make sure that you in the rooms with the people that are doing what you want to do or
yeah,
more.
straight up,
That's the
straight up.
only way you're gonna grow. You gotta
Yeah,
be in the rooms. You gotta
yeah.
get in the room. You gotta
Get in the
be
rooms.
not afraid to invest. You gotta be a
Yeah.
little uncomfortable.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because anything that stays comfortable doesn't grow, right?
Right.
People
Yeah, I
that
try to
stay
$99 my way out. I try to $500 my way out the game. But baby, I would have to keep spending and spending because that 500 wasn't the right 500. So now
Uh-huh.
I'm over here spending 500. I'm there. No, if it costs a ticket, find a way to get it and get it done, right? So that's why I do like to offer them
Mm.
the 50K in funding, because
Yeah.
you can go take half of that, a third of that, go invest in your coaching,
Yeah,
go do what you
15K.
got to
Yeah.
do to
Yeah.
get that tool, to get that resource, to get that
Yeah.
engineer that
Uh-huh.
you need to really work that thing out so that train
Right.
can keep you chewing. We ain't got time to
Right.
stop.
We don't. We don't. We don't. We don't. Yeah. Yeah. And that's so valuable, right? Like you teach people how to get 50K in funding, they could take 15, right? Put majority into their marketing, put majority into, making good videos, and then take even less, put it in the ads. Cause once you make the good video, that's the hard part. Running the
Yeah.
ads is just amplifying and enhancing what's already happen organically, right?
That's right.
And yeah, like people that's tapped in with you, they get 50K in funding. Like the sky's the limit, because then once you
Right.
have
And
that
see, this is
skill,
the
you can get a
thing
hundred.
too. Exactly. And when you invest that kind of thing, I'm also helping you with your VAs. I'm helping you get your website built.
Yeah.
So it's not like you are going to struggle
Uh
trying
huh.
to build your business because you don't know a skill, right?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to go spend hours on Canva and try to create a website. I have a
Yeah.
team for that. Just tell me what you want, what's your brand colors, what's your mission, and I'm gonna take it from there. And a lot of times, like we be scared to invest to make things easier. Something that can take you something that's been taking you 2 years could have took you 2 weeks, but you were too scared to
Mm.
invest, right?
Mm.
So you are
Mm.
pretty much 50,000, 60K in the
Yeah.
hole already because you cheated on yourself and didn't want to
Yeah.
invest.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's, I can tell that's really the intention you've been moving, right? Like that's why you built the community, so that people don't have to be in the whole 50,000, not within, it might not even be credit card debt, but they might be 50, 60,000 within ignorance debt. Cause you could have made 50 to 60 with the information that you would have had, but you didn't have because you didn't invest. Right? And you want to give people that information. You want to help them with not just the information, but help them out with the implementation as well, so that now it's not even a matter of whether they can get it done or how they get it done, but it's about getting it done, and then things become fun.
that's
Right?
right.
Yeah. So, hey, to end it off, right? Like, I don't know who watching this wouldn't tap in with that community. So LeRachia, give them a little bit of context. How can they tap in with the community? How can they learn how to get the funding so that they can invest to their business, and even invest into things like content to turn that into cash? Like, how can they tap in with you?
For sure. You know, I'm always like with a free consultation because
Oh,
again, I do want to make sure I need to know where you want to go so I can
yeah.
put you in a place. I don't want you to come in and you not even supposed to be here. You don't took your prerequisites. Now it's time to just clean up an inquiry or so and go get you the funding.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Coach Credit Bay, I'm all about my branding, right? My name is Coach Credit Bay. You can go to coachcreditbay.com. You can go to Coach Credit Bay on Instagram,
Yeah.
Coach Credit Bay on TikTok, and Coach Credit Bay on YouTube.
There we
So
go.
and I'm Credit Bay the plug on Instagram as well, but I'm kind of converting things. But still, you can always reach me at coachcreditbay.com. And it
Yeah.
always start with the credit audit because I need to know exactly how I need to make the plan for you. And you may just need a little tip or two and
Yeah.
be ready for the funding and you don't need one of my programs. And
Yeah.
I'm not here for the money because I know the
Mm-hmm.
money gonna come because I know who I attract.
Straight up. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. Yeah. 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 Attracting
Yeah.
different
So I'm
things.
gonna say like too, like you don't need another ebook, right? You don't need no another course. You just need to get coached, right? Because y'all have all these resources. Y'all are
Yeah.
resource overload, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that isn't working for you because yes, you
Yeah.
get the product, but you have nobody to talk to about the product, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you can't afford to speak to the person that created the product that offered the coaching. So it's different things that I don't want excuses for. So you can get in the community and be all hands on. And
Mm.
tomorrow we do have our, you know, class where you are going to be teaching my community about
Yeah.
the content and
Exactly.
really how to turn the
Exactly.
content into cash and
Exactly.
really have that message that I've
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
focusing on
Yeah.
that pretty much turned the content literally into cash
Literally.
with my
Yeah.
two clients that I closed today, right?
Shout out to 'em. Within
Less than
24.
24 hours at
Less than
that.
24. We talked 5 o'clock yesterday. It's 4 o'clock today. This ain't been good
Man,
though. I ain't gonna lie. I wish I could cap the I'm absolutely not. Yeah. Nah, this is crazy.
119 shares.
Mhm.
Man, like
Yeah,
it's
84 cents an ass. I mean, that is like insane. Like y'all, the ads guys, the
Mhm.
ROAS, like y'all know, y'all love them numbers. 23x. What is that? I don't even know what that is. 84 cents in the 3, 4, 5 figure clients. Like, hey, y'all do the math. Y'all
yeah,
do the
yeah,
math.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, they definitely need to tap in with the community. As LaRasha said, I will be
Mhm.
teaching people about the the most important things when it comes to content, which is the 3 Ps, right? You got content preparation, you got content production, you got content perfection, right? You focus on those 3 things, you won't have to focus on any other thing ever again. It might not have the hashtags on the video, still can do well. It might not have the optimized caption, still could do well. It might not be posted at the right time, 8 p.m. or 8 a.m., still could do well, right? You got the preparation, the production, and the perfection. That's how you improve your content performance so you can start getting content profits. Right. And all that I'm gonna be obviously teaching. And yeah, for the high level entrepreneurs, right? They might be somebody that they might even say, "Hey, I got a lot of coaches," right? Tell them about the importance of having an engineer, like you said, right? The high level people, they might be doing the 10,000, 15, $20,000 months. Like, how important do you feel like having an engineer and somebody that's actually working on the content? How important
Yeah,
is
I
that for
mean,
you as well?
for sure. All coaches should have an engineer, right? Because you don't have time to be trying to edit content. It takes a lot to edit good content. And I'm gonna just
Yeah,
be honest with you, right?
it
Because
does.
again, it's your messaging, it's how you showing up.
Mhm.
How are you looking? Is it looking worth for somebody paying $25,000 for your mentorship, right?
Mhm.
So you got to show
That's
up
real.
appropriately
That's real.
because
Mm,
it's serious. People gonna take you serious. If
that's
you just
real.
up here, you cussing, you smoking, you drinking, you saying you doing this, people ain't gonna want to deal with you like that
That's real.
because that's not the type of, they're not going to trust you for one, right?
Mhm.
So how you show up, I always like to, trigger on that because your integrity and your character means a lot, right? Because I
Yeah.
judge people on that, right? I can't
Yeah.
work with certain people because they're in certain rooms, right? They're
Mhm.
doing certain things. Not
Mhm.
saying that I don't love them, but that doesn't make an excuse why I got to do the same things you're doing because it's you, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes we feel like we got to follow the leader, right? But you got to make sure you're following the right leader.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Follow the
You got to
right
make sure
leader.
you're following the right leader, and
Yeah.
that's just it. And stay consistent.
Straight up. Straight
Stay
up.
consistent on that one thing. Go
Yeah.
straight, run it for 90 days, 6 months,
Yeah.
right? If it's going good at 90, keep it going to 6.
Yeah. It's going good
Don't
for 6.
change it.
Yeah. Go for
Because it
12.
could
Yeah.
be just picking right up at the 90. So don't let it go yet. Keep
Yeah.
going. Keep
Yeah.
building your audience, letting the people know. And it's easy marketing, right? So when, like with me, I don't really have to chase the clients because of course, like I said, I move with integrity and I get the work done. I get the goals reached. I'm not just fixing your score. We actually making it soar and leveraging it.
Mhm.
So it's like they're gonna tell somebody else, right? So why not create a affiliate program? Why
Mhm.
not create another source of another stream of income
Mhm.
by doing that, helping other people as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Bringing them some money because they're bringing you more clientele,
Yeah.
and it's gonna keep reversing and repeating
Yeah.
because you are that person.
Yeah. For sure. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what's so important, right? Like obviously having those, you know, these things like the videos, the marketing, right? Like you got all this so that the only thing you focus on is attracting. You never have to chase ever a day in your life again. Right.
Never.
Yeah. So to
Mm.
all my people, right, to close it out, if you are somebody that you need to really learn the game of content, you need to learn, how to prepare your content, how to produce your content, how to perfect your content, how to get to the point to where you really have this skill set that you can take and turn 84 cents into, four-figure clients within less than 24 hours, right? You want to have that skill set. Go ahead. I'm gonna drop the link in the bio to LeRachia's community. We are launching it. I'm personally an admin, so obviously you're gonna have access to me. We're gonna be hopping on calls. We're gonna be getting educated. And to the real serious entrepreneurs, right? You guys might be somebody that you've joined the school communities before. You've gotten the coaches and you feel like you need an engineer in this state of your business because you want to go from, doing maybe 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,000 a month to
Mhm.
50, 70, and eventually $100,000 a month. You can go ahead, you can book a call within the link in the bio, and LaRachia is an affiliate. So just by you using that link and you saying that you came from LaRachia, I'll be giving you the LaRachia special and making sure that you can turn your content to cash. So LaRachia, I appreciate you. You already know her social media is gonna be in the bio. My social media is gonna be in the description. And as always, I want to see y'all on the other side. Keep shining. Let's get it.